Hello students, welcome to the activity class in math. So now we were concentrating only on our concepts. Today, let's learn something to do with patterns. A small experiment, it's not like an experiment, an activity which you can do using your colored papers. So, before entering into the explanation part of it, I just want to say why such activities are important. We all know that math is all around us and it helps us to understand the world better. How? Let me explain this part. To live in a mathematical driven world and not know how math is like, it's something like walking through an art museum with your eyes closed. So important is math. Learning and appreciating math can help us appreciate things that we would not otherwise notice about the world. In reality, math is everywhere. Say for example, if you take the bees, they teach us about geometry. How? Have you seen the nest of the bees? Okay, they use hexagons there. Beehives, we call it as beehives. It looks in the shape of a hexagon. Next you can see your pine cones, sunflower, seahorse. All these teaches about the Fibonacci series. Like that, in order to enjoy the beauty of the nature with math, we are going to first start our activity in patterns. And today's topic will be tessellation. As I said, in order to appreciate math by learning, we are going to see how tessellation is beautiful. I have presented this in a PowerPoint slide. Please see this PowerPoint slide so that it helps you to enjoy the beauty of the patterns and the importance of tessellation also. So let's sit and watch that.
A tessellation is created when a shape is repeated over and over again, covering an area without any gaps or overlaps.
What is the objective of me teaching about tessellation? The main objective is, it is one of the important pattern which explains the beauty. We have learned patterns only using shapes, 2D shapes. But what I am going to show you now is about a person called Escher. He is very famous for this tessellation. I will show you the pictures which he used to form tessellations. You can see how beautiful it is. So let me show that instead of me doing it, I have shown you his pictures. See the beauty of it. He has just used simple objects, simple pictures. The way he places them, they tessellate so beautifully. So let's enjoy that. The next slide will be of that. Okay. This is a guy who I am speaking about. He is a Dutch graphic artist and he is known for his inspired tessellations. Okay. So this is his first picture, a bird. The same bird, the way he praises, he has cut those birds, draw, cut it, color it in different colors, and the way you praise them, they tessellate so beautifully. That is what he has done. Okay, this is the first side of that. The next one is a insect. Using this insect, the way he praises them, they also do tessellate beautifully. See how he has praised them in different angles. The beauty of it is seen here. Using butterflies. This is a tessellation used only with butterflies. See how beautifully it looks. The way I praise them, they tessellate. There is no gap at all. You can see that. We have been imagining patterns only with shapes, isn't it? Now with the objects, tessellation. Whenever we hear this word, we often think about bricks, flow patterns, flow tiles. That is what comes to our mind. But with the objects also, we can do it. So these are few examples. Now let me show another interesting slide. This is also another bird with its spread wings. Okay. See when it's diving, how does it look? And the way I praise the bird. The same bird, but I have used different colors for you to know. Okay. This is also another type of a bird. See the way that I praise it, how beautifully it has tessellated. This is one of the awesome picture. I know that you are enjoying it. A horse and a man. Okay. See how beautiful it is. Two different colors I have used just for you to enjoy and differentiate the way it has been praised. Same picture, the direction alone is changed. But how beautifully they tessellate. Same way, another picture. Now, we have enjoyed those beautiful graphics and the artist which he has done to tessellate those pictures. The question is, where do we see tessellation in everyday life? Let me give you a few examples for these. The first one is corn on the cob. Next one is the pineapple. The next one is honeycomb, brick. The next one is flow tiles. These are few examples where I can see tessellations. Okay. Now, getting into the activity which I want you all to concentrate. Now we have seen few objects, few shapes. The way I praise them, they tessellate. Now what I want you to think is, which of the shapes tessellate by themselves? Can you cover the plane or the surface with just triangles? or just squares or just pentagons. Okay, use only triangles. Arrange them in such a way that there is no gap. You can form a simple design. Okay, try it out with triangles or with squares or with pentagons or with hexagons, any 2D shapes. But the point is it must be a regular 2D shape. Okay, that is most important. So do that. The second question is, try to find a way to make a tessellation with just square and octagon. You can using 2D shapes. Use a square and octagon. Octagon is an 8-sided figure. Using these two, can you form a shape which tessellates? The next one, which other combination of shapes tessellate? You can try out with a rectangle and a heptagon. You can try it out with a hexagon and a square, or you can try it out with a hexagon and a triangle, like that. Okay, different combinations. Try it out and see which shapes tessellate and what design you are able to form. Is there a way to tell if shape will tessellate by looking at the properties of those shapes? That is, what I want you to do is, the length of the sides of all the shapes are the same. That is what I said. You must use a regular 2D shape. All the sides must be of same length. In that case, by changing the direction or the angles, you will be able to form a tessellation. So just try it out. How to try it out? On a piece of paper, you can take an A4 sheet size paper, draw the grids on it, or you can cut those shapes using your colored papers and stick it on it. That is, draw the octagons in different colors, draw the squares in different colors, join them in such a way a tessellation is formed. I have given few examples. Shapes formed using hexagon and pentagon. When I use only hexagons and only pentagons, look at the shapes formed by it. Okay, only the colors, I have used different colors. For you to enjoy that beauty, I have taken a snap of it and I have put it in the slide here. You can see that. This is only with hexagons. See the shape of it. Using hexagon in a different colored papers, I have made a pattern. Okay, this is the first one. It looks like a bedspread. Is it clear? The next one. Using only pentagons, this is. I have used only pentagons here. By that, when I keep them in a different angle, look at the shape of it. How does it look? You can enjoy this. This is only with pentagons. Okay. This is also another shape which I have knitted, but the shape of it is in hexagon. Okay, different colored threads have been used in the shape of hexagon. After knitting, I have joined them together. So you can enjoy its beauty. It is just a table mat which is spread on the, you can use it to spread on the tables. This is a picture which I have taken from a net. This picture says that using hexagons, when I join them, the shape formed is butterflies. So this is also very attractive. So we can also try this out. So only hexagons have been used here. See the way it is arranged. Try to do some pictures like this.